And I'm here now with my guest, Lenny Corrado, who is a stand-up comedian and also a full-time butcher.
That's right. During the day, cut meat during the day and make people laugh at night.
So welcome to the studio, Lenny.
Thank you.
Now we're going to talk a little bit about your career, and I first of all want to know, how did you start? How did you go from becoming a butcher to a comedian?
Well, it was about 10 years ago, maybe a few years before, maybe 12 years ago. I entered a contest at one of these comedy clubs, and I went on there and I wrote some notes down, and I did it, and I didn't do too bad. I came in second or third only because I used some dirty language, and I didn't know that.
Oh.
And so I lost points, right?
Okay.
So, and then I didn't do anything for a couple of years. And then I started going slowly. Once a week, I would go to different clubs and try out my material.
Right.
And then slowly it built up to twice a week, 3 times a week, and now it's like 3 or 4 times a week we go out with all the different group of friends.
Really?
Yeah.
So was it like, you know, while cutting meat, were you passing like funny comments? Were people like, hey, you know what, you need to get out from behind there and get on stage?
Well, when you hold a knife, they really listen to you.
They really listen to you, right?
Yeah. When I had my own butcher shop for a while, I would make jokes with the clients, you know, because it was a family business. So it's like I could do that. I couldn't, like where I am now, maybe I can't make certain jokes with people. When it's your own place, you can joke around with them.
Right,
they knew me, they would come in, they'd ask for a joke or something, you know. But those were jokes. But then when you go to do comedy, it's not jokes. It's like you talk about different subjects. It's not an actual joke with, you know, beginning, middle, and end. It's like you talk about your life and make fun of it.
So is it a lot of observational comedy, like generally how comedians kind of, because I'm not a comedian, but I see that, like I'm by nature, I just find comedy in everything around me.
Oh, for sure. Like you go to Tim Hortons or somewhere, or you wait in line, you watch people with how they order, and it's funny. Like you think, oh my God, look at that, they ordered that. They're not going to give them that. How can this is not Starbucks, it's like some other place, right? It's like, you know, you observe people, and you kind of can make fun of them, but it's everyday life. If you talk about something that everyone does, you're going to get a laugh.
Right. And you're Italian, and I know that, you know, I'm South Asian, and just the cultural family dynamics is so funny sometimes. Do you get a lot of your comedy from your family?
Oh yeah, from my family, the language, the way they say the words wrong, you know, and the customs and stuff that they do, right? And we use our hands a lot. I'm trying to hold my hands down here, but I'm Italian. You can't.
No, feel free. This is a very free show.
But
we like to like.
It's like, you know, like. It's visual, like there's a lot of slapstick, expressive, yeah. And if you're married, have kids, in a relationship, anything, there's humor in everything.
Right.
So, you know, even your name, Huma. It's like it's funny, Huma.
He's laughing at my name.
No, it's humorous.
You know what's funny though? Sometimes people, and like it's very close to human, and people will think my name is Human, and like they'll send me emails, be like, "Hi, Human," and then I won't even bother to correct them.
Who's this? That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. But if you can find humor in anything. Like, I don't know if you're in a relationship or you're married and you have kids.
Oh, there's lots of humor.
The kids bring home at different ages in their life. You get different stages of, like now my kids are always on their computer. I never see them.
I know, unfortunately, yeah. The technology these days, somebody's sitting right in front of you. You're too busy on your phone.
They're on the phone all the time.
Yeah. So when you're performing, or let's talk about the first time you got up on stage. That must have been nerve-wracking. I ask all the comedians that come here, like, what was that like?
Well, it was nerve-wracking. It was at Yuck Yucks downtown.
Oh, wow. So you started off right at Yuck Yucks.
But it was an amateur night.
Oh, okay.
I went in there, I brought my material, and the host introduced me, and then after the show, the host at that time, I don't recall his name, and even if I did, I wouldn't say it, because it was not a good experience, because he wasn't very helpful. Like you get off and he kind of like criticize you as you get off.
Right.
And I go, oh my God. I didn't go back for like 2 months, right? I go, oh my God, this is not good. Why would I go up there for 5 minutes and have people stare at me? So I didn't do it for a couple months, and then slowly I started doing it again. And you realize the more you do it, the more fun it is, right? Sometimes there's nobody there. Like some of these rooms is like 5 people. You know, when they teach you public speaking, they say to you, imagine the people are naked to make yourself feel relaxed. Right. In comedy, sometimes you got to imagine that there are people, first of all.
Oh, really?
Because some of these places are like, there's no one there. There's like, there's the bartender and the waitress.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult to practice with when you're not getting a reaction at all.
No reaction, and if you do get a reaction, it's not much, and you also have other comics who know you.
Right.
And, I mean, they're going to not laugh. Maybe they're laughing at something else, but not you, right?
So growing up, or, you know, I know that comedy or, you know, these things, you kind of start liking them at a young age. Like, who are some of your inspirations growing up as comedians?
I liked Richard Pryor. Robin Williams was really funny.
Every comic has said that, actually. Robin Williams is like the one that I think everyone has mentioned.
It's because Robin Williams is like so brilliant. He's always on.
Yeah.
Like, if you're an interviewer, you see that any interview he did, he's never himself. He's never really Robin Williams. You see little glimpses. He's always on. Like he's always trying to make something happen. It's hard to interview someone like that because you don't really know if they're leading to something funny or if they're really, you know.
Yeah.
But he was really, he's amazing.
I think that was the beauty of him, is that you never knew what was going to come out.
Yeah.
And even I was watching about Aladdin, when they did the character of the genie, they kind of let him do the lines first.
Oh, yeah.
And they drew the genie around whatever had come out of Robin. So that was true genius for sure.
Yeah, and the other one when he was dressed up Miss Doubtfire.
Yeah.
That was funny too, when he did all those things with those little toys. That's how he got the job in that studio. It was he's just a funny, all the way around. It was funny. There's so many comics out there that are funny. Those are big comics, and there's local comics that you like, and there's movies, comics that are better in movies as they are as comics. But I think that comedy is, everyone likes comedy. You cannot like comedy. If you don't like comedy, then there's really something you better check it out.
I always say that, you know, life is up and down, and you know, either you can sit there and cry about it, or just learn to laugh at even the negative situations.
Even bad things you can laugh at for sure.
Oh, could you tell me, share a funny story that's happened? You know, maybe a heckler story or something funny that's happened during a stand-up performance.
During a stand-up performance, well, I had people every time I would say something, they would repeat it, whatever I said. And that's not. I go, what's going on? And they go, what's going on? What do you mean, what's going on? Like it's like an echo chamber.
Yeah, it's like a
right?
little 2-year-old.
So I just ended by saying, Dad, please don't follow me anymore. You know, you have to get rid of the hecklers somehow.
Right.
So you try and do something like that. And there's a lot of stories like. It's not a funny story, but it's funny with the group of guys that you're with. Like you've had people on your show. I've noticed friends of mine, Ernie and Ricardo and Jeff. They're all comics, and we go places together. We have a laugh. Like even if the night is not a good night of comedy, being together is a good night of comedy. Like just all of us together.
It's a very small community. You know, I think all the comics know each other. That generally, you know, because you probably work the same clubs and stuff.
Oh yeah, we all know each other. We all know each other. If we don't know each other personally, we know each other through Facebook.
Through Facebook,
and through other people, and through seeing them at clubs, right? And you kind of know who's. And there's different groups of comics. The younger ones. I'm probably older. I'm older than the other guys. I'm 55. So.
Oh wow, you're looking good for your age.
Well,
you said that, and when I saw you, I was like, I don't know. You don't look much older than the rest of them. Not that they look old.
I don't feel like old. So it depends on how you feel and who you. Like I was telling you before off stage, who you hang out with. If you hang out with younger people, you tend to feel younger, right? I mean, I don't. When I go home at night and my kids, I hang out with. I see my kids, I don't hang out with them. I just text them at the dinner table, like, you know, pass the spinach or something, you know. But otherwise, if you deal with young people, you stay young.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say: growing old is mandatory, feeling old is optional, right?
Yes, it's true. It's true. You're only as old as you feel.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And it's true. Comedy keeps you young. Believe me.
Wonderful. So where do you usually perform? And you know, I guess people can keep up to all your social media. We're going to have all your information up on the screen.
Well, we do.
Before we take our break.
All different places. Like there's the main ones are like downtown Toronto. There's the Rivoli. Okay. It's a big place. Nice. Yuck Yucks Amateur Nights. Absolute Comedy at Yonge and Eglinton. There's also a great place. There's a new place open downtown called the Corner Comedy Club. Right. And it's only been open like 6 months, and it's every night comedy. Like it's a place if you want comedy 7 nights a week. Excellent. 7, 9, 11. You go there, you see really good comics every night. And then there's different shows you get on, right? Right. In the city. And then there's really small shows on bars that even if I told you them, they might not be around next month.
Okay, well, we're going to take a short break here. Sure. We're going to bring Lenny back and have some more fun with him. And then all of your information is on the screen, guys. Go check him out, and we'll be back with lots more.
Thank you.